have Aromi Salot. First of all, Aromi, I have never heard a more fragrant name. So Aromi did her undergraduate in civil engineering from the University of Illinois, US, and then she came back to India. So to quickly, become a part of the sustainability story. She's doing something so unique yet quickly upcoming that I hope I explain it right. जो अरोमी कर रही है वो बहुत difficult है explain करना. Aromi would be the best person. But so Aromi started off helping calculate sustainability related metrics for companies. So how a CA measures financial aspects of a company, similarly, we also should measure the non-finance business activities. उसका क्या impact हो रहा है on everything else? For example, carbon footprint. एक company का carbon footprint कितना है? So this is just one example. So these are the kind of things that Salome started measuring and researching on. And let's actually hear from Aromi what is the right explanation of how finance and sustainability are quickly getting connected and intermingling. Welcome, Aromi.
Thank you, Jinal, for the introduction. So, hi everyone, and welcome to this conclave. And thank you for hosting this conclave and hosting me on this conclave. I would say, just to give you kind of a bit of background before I jump into my sustainable finance story, is that I came from a science background, which is doing traditional science, traditional engineering, which is something I would say is a very different journey from where everyone else is going through right now. But me, when I was a teenager, I still had the same questions, that acha, mujhe kya karna hai life mein? Like, what do I want to achieve in the future? Like, what do I want to gain from whatever I'm doing, And like, I thought science was the way to go. So isliye maine mera civil environmental engineering degree kiya. The thing that I learned the most from this degree is that, like, it's the whole idea of asking questions. Your degree will give you this whole understanding of what questions do you want to ask the world, yourself, to kind of get to where you're at. Your experiences, meaning like some courses that you do, maybe some internships that you do, maybe your job, and your other experiences will give you those answers to kind of go forward in life and to kind of define your career, your path. So what I had then started out doing is, after my degree, I was just like, acha, like, I only learned how to design water treatment systems, but does that give you the exact understanding of what you want to do in the future? Which was for me, no. So I came back to India. I had a couple of jobs here and there, which made me actually understand that I wanted to work in the field that makes the most impact. And what, as Mr. Nitin rightly said, is that the field that makes the most impact is finance, because that's the backbone of like our society. Each corporation has financial statements, and that defines investments into the company, and those investments are then defined by asset owners. So like your regulatory bodies, your governments, your asset owners are the ones that end up making the most decisions to actually start with building a more sustainable future. So if you look at SEBI, you may look at your NSE, BSE, etc. Un log ke decisions is actually the ones that bring about the most change. And those are the ones that then end up forcing governments to make better policies. And the place we come in, as what Jinal said, is in the term sustainable finance. Traditional finance works on profit and loss. Your traditional economics works on a specific growth, that growth typically does matter. But what I am coming here to say is that will be obsolete.
Aromi, 2 minutes. Okay.
Sure. So that will be obsolete over a period of time. So what we do is, when you look at traditional finance, what is not included in your, I would say, calculations, in your in your profit and loss, is the impact on the environment. So as what Jinal mentioned, carbon accounting, like that is because of impact on the environment that is not kind of put into costing amounts, and that is not shown up as valuation or as impact to society. Then look at like climate change, look at like your wastewater. So there's a lot of things that are not included in what society is doing, and what finance calculates is where we come in and do. And like organizations globally have started kind of integrating this into their calculation systems, and which is very important because in the future, what you will be learning is all about your non-financial aspects of finance, which has started being more and more integrated. So if you do your CFA, if you do your CA, that's the one thing that you will be learning is, how does the environment affect this? How does, your employees, your society affect different aspects of the company and different aspects of society. So that's in a nutshell, I would say, what I am at and what anyone can actually get into, because this is, as we've seen, the future of what finance and economics in a way is.
Thank you so much, Aromi. This is really insightful. I wish to call you again for the next conclave because there is so much to hear. I was not aware of this as being a separate field. So thank you so much for sharing this sustainable aspect of finance, and which is upcoming. So for the girls who are studying right now, think about this. Look at this as one of the possible routes that you can specialize in while you're studying. So thank you so much, Aromi, for being here.
You're welcome, Gina. You're welcome, everyone else.